Hey everyone, Dan with Mac Rumors, and yesterday the iPad Pro, Mac Mini, and MacBook Air were officially released, and we already unboxed the iPad Pro, so if you did miss that video, be sure to check the link in the description down below. But in this video, we now have the new MacBook Air, so let's go ahead and unbox it and check it out. Much like yesterday with the iPad Pro, the MacBook Air has a very normal unboxing experience. Once you peel off the plastic and get inside the box, you'll find your MacBook Air sitting right on top, with the new USB-C cable and wall adapter inside, as well as some paperwork and some new gold Apple stickers. Now, I've had a few gold Apple products in the past, but this might be the first time that I've seen corresponding gold stickers. Speaking of gold, that's obviously the color that we went with here, and I'm really conflicted on what to actually call it. Sometimes it looks like rose gold, and then sometimes it just looks like a regular gold. I'm not entirely sure. It really just depends on the lighting and how well it reflects off of the MacBook Air. Either way, I do like this color, and in terms of the rest of the design, the MacBook Air should look relatively similar to its predecessor. It's lightweight with tapered edges from the back to the front of the frame. Some of the differences on the sides, however, would be the ports. This MacBook falls in line with the rest of the MacBook family and now uses USB-C to charge and transfer data. There are two USB-C ports on the left and then one 3.5mm headphone jack on the right side. Other than that, this MacBook Air should look pretty similar. Similar, of course, until you lift the lid. The main star of the MacBook Air show is now its redesigned display, with slimmer bezels and a Retina display, finally. If you're coming from a MacBook that already has a Retina display, then this probably won't be anything special to you, but if you've been using one of the older generation MacBook Airs with the non-Retina screens, be prepared to have your mind blown because it looks really good. Apple has also added its third generation butterfly mechanism keyboard to the MacBook Air, similar to the ones that you'll see on the 2018 MacBook Pros. It's a lot quieter than the previous model, there's less key travel, but I feel like I make less errors when I'm typing on it. I've also been a pretty big fan of these keyboards for a while, but I feel like I'm kind of in the minority with this one, so take that for what it's worth. This MacBook Air also comes with Touch ID, which is located in the top right corner of the keyboard. Now, it actually seems a bit faster to me than the fingerprint sensor on my 2018 MacBook Pro, which is a bit strange, but I'm happy to see Touch ID make its way into the new MacBook Air. Apple also included its Force Touch Trackpad, which is great, especially if you have yet to use one. I personally love it. It's pretty big, but it's not nearly as large as the other ones that you'll find on the MacBook Pro. The 2018 MacBook Air is definitely a step up from the previous generation, and it offers a different form factor compared to the 2018 MacBook Pros, but here you can see the side view of all three machines. Be sure to subscribe to the channel so you don't miss a full-on comparison that we're going to be doing between the 2018 MacBook Air and the previous generation, which is actually still on sale at a $999 price tag. The model that I have here is the base model 1.6 GHz dual-core 8th generation i5 processor with 8 gigs of RAM and 128 gigs of internal storage. Now, I'm pretty confident that this laptop can handle just about any daily task that you might throw at it, like emails, web browsing, blogging, spreadsheets, etc. I'm curious to see just how much it can handle when you're using graphic-intensive applications, like something like After Effects or Final Cut Pro. In fact, I've decided that I'm going to edit this very video on the MacBook Air, so be sure to drop a comment if you're curious about the performance of the MacBook Air when doing something like video editing, and I'll be sure to answer all of the comments that I can. Also, in the comment section, be sure to let us know what you think of the new 2018 MacBook Air. As always, this has been Dan with Mac Rumors. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next one.